श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयम् करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करम् लोकशङ्करम् सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वसुदेवसुतम् देवम् तं च चाणूरमर्दनम् देवकी परमानन्दम् कृष्णम् वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. With the abundant blessings of our Acharya Swamiji, we are continuing with our study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita along with the commentary of Sri Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada. We are in chapter 13, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. So far we have seen what is Kshetra, what is Kshetrajna, and what are the means, what are the qualities that we have to develop. Bhagavan gave a list of qualities that we have to develop. Then he also gave us a summary of the methods for us to get rid of the notion that we are the body, we are the kshetra. We are indeed Atma. To get there, what are the means? So he continues with this thought process of kshetra and kshetrajna. Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam sthavara jangamam kshetra kshetrajna samyogat tadvidhi bharatarshabha. Hey Bharatarshabha, hey best among Bharata Kula Vamshajas. Yavat sanjayate kinchit sattvam sthavara jangamam. Whatever is born, yavat sanjayate, whatever is generated, whatever is born, kinchit. Sattvam means any being which is born, either sthavara or jangama, moving or non-moving. Sthavara is non-moving, jangama is moving. Whichever being, whether it is moving or non-moving, is generated, is born, kshetra samyogat tat vidhi, that being, vidhi, understand that it is born as a result of the union of kshetra and kshetrajna. Kshetrajna samyogat. Now, the question will arise, kshetrajna is untouched by anything. He is all alone. It is only his reflected light which makes the mind and the other organs work and experience pleasure, pain, etc., etc. We have seen this so many times. Now, why are you using the word samyoga? Kshetra check. Samyoga is a term to be used only when two objects unite. Here there is no union between kshetra and kshetra. We have to understand this point very clearly because Shankara is at pains. He labors this point in his commentary. He says, there is an apparent union. This point has been brought out in so many ways, in so many contexts, but again, this is another context. There is an appearance of samyoga, there is no real samyoga because kshetrajna is beyond all this. He cannot be assumed to be in contact with anything because anything which is other than kshetrajna is theoretically impossible because there is only kshetrajna present. If you say kshetrajna is joining, say when two people join, two objects join, that means they are two different entities, isn't it? Then only it's called joining. This assumes that kshetra is a different entity where kshetrajna has no role to play, is independent of kshetrajna. That is the impression which gives this word samyoga gives. But what is it? It is an apparent union because the reality is only kshetrajna. Kshetra is a mithya. So this is an aropa, a superimposition. Kshetra kshetrajnayoho vishaya vishayanoho bhinna svabhavayoho. they are having different characteristics. Itaretara tadharmadhyasa lakshanaha samyogaha. When there is nothing in common between them, we call it samyoga. Kshetra kshetrajya swarupa viveka abhava nibandhanaha. Because we don't understand what is kshetra and what is kshetrajna, the discrimination we are not able to do. So we assume there is a nibandhana, there is a samyoga. Example is Rajyashuktikadinam tadviveka jnana abhavat adhyaropita sarpa rajatadi samyogavat. Just as in a rope we see a serpent, just as in a seed shell we see silver, when there was no silver present, when there was no snake present. Similarly, in kshetra there is no kshetrajna present, but we assume that it is united when there is no union. Because tad viveka jnana abhavat, in the absence of the discriminatory knowledge, adhyaropita, because of the superimposition. Saha ayam adhyasa swarupaha kshetra kshetrajyoho samyogaha mithya jnana lakshanaha. This superimposition, which appears to be union, is a characteristic of false knowledge, mithya jnana. Yatha Shastram, now he labors this point very much. How to get out of this? Yatha Shastram, as mentioned in Shastras, Kshetra Kshetrajya Lakshana Bheda Parijnana Purvakam, understand the different characteristics of Kshetra and Kshetrajya which Bhagavan has explained so far. Pradharshita Rupati Kshetrat. We saw the Kshetra before we saw Kshetrajna. What does it mean? Before we realized that Kshetrajna is only present, we were assuming the presence of Kshetra. That is what he is saying. So, Munjati Vishikam Yathokta Lakshanam Kshetrajyam Prabhibhajya Na Sattan Nasa Dikshite iti anene Nirasta Sarvopadi Vishesham Nyayam Brahmaswarupena Yaha Pashyati. We have to separate Kshetrajna from Kshetra. Like you separate Munja grass. He is giving the example. Like you separate the Munja grass from the stem. The Munja grass is used in Upanayana and other functions for tying around the waist. Now he says, like that, you have to separate. They appear to be united. In Munja grass, it appears to be united, but you can separate. By using your discrimination, you separate. Nirastha Sarvopadi Vishesham, Parabrahman is having no attributes. Whereas Kshetra is nothing but attributes. So once you know that, once you have seen that, Kshetram cha Maya Nirmita Hasti Swapna Drishtavat. What is Kshetra? It is what you have seen in dream. Is it real? No, it's not real. It is purely a construction of Maya. Maya Nirmita Hasti. Swapna Drishta Vastu. Gandharva Nagaradivat. You see Gandharva city in your dream. You see elephant in your dream. He is giving such example. Are they real? When you wake up, you don't see any Gandharva Nagara. You don't see any elephant. Asadeva Sadiva Avabhasate. What was non-existent was appearing like existent all this time because I was overcome by ignorance. Iti eva nishchita vijnanaha yaha tasya yathokta samyak darshana virodhat apagachati vidyajnanam. This false knowledge leaves him once he has caught hold of the right knowledge, samyak darshan. That is the reason why Bhagavan mentioned in the previous shlokas that this man is not reborn because he is now clear as to what is Kshetrajna and he has reached Kshetrajna. He has understood Kshetra is false. Satya Janma Heto Apagamat. In fact, his very birth was due to this misunderstanding. एवं वेत्ति पुरुषं प्रकृतिं च गुणैः सह इति अनेन विद्वान् भूयः न अभिजायते इति यत् उक्तं तत् उपपन्नम् उक्तं. Now it is clear why he said he will not be reborn. There was a little doubt which was explained at that time. Now it is absolutely clear. Shankara himself says. यावत् सञ्जायते किञ्चित् सत्त्वं स्थावरजङ्गमम् क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञसंयोगात् तद्विद्धि भरतर्षभ समं सर्वेषु भूतेषु तिष्ठन्तं परमेश्वरं विनश्यत् स विनश्वन्तं यः पश्यति स पश्यति. Now what is this? He said no in the previous explanation. Shankara said, one who sees Brahman and he has seen Kshetra as false. Now that seeing is being made more clear here. How to do that seeing part? Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram. Sarveshu bhuteshu samam tishtantam. Bhagavan is equally present. Samam tishtantam. Equally present in all living beings. Right from the smallest amoeba to Chaturmukha Brahma. There is no difference in the presence of Paramatma in the smallest amoeba, smallest living organism, or Chaturmukha Brahma, Samam. This point has to be understood very clearly. Then only we can reach the goal. This is a very oft-quoted phrase. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram. Why he is called Parameshwara? Because we have a false notion that there is a Ishvara present in the body and there is a Parameshwara who is outside the body. So that is why this term Parameshwara comes into being. There is only one Ishvara. Vinashyatsu avinashyantam yah pashyati tha pashyati. Yah pashyati, one who sees what? Vinashyatsu, or among all objects which get destroyed, which face death, among all objects which face destruction, which face death, avinashyantam, there is only one object which does not die, which does not get destroyed. That is Paramatma. One who has seen that, he only has seen, sapashyati, he only has seen the reality. All others who claim to have bookish knowledge have not really got that Atma Jnana. Because Atma Jnana is this. Vinashyatsu avinashyantam yapashyati. Now, when he says vinashyati, avinashyatsu, etc., that includes birth also. Shankara makes it very clear. It is only an indicative explanation, something which does not die, something which is not born, among all the objects which are born, among all the objects which live, something which does not go through the process of living. So all these are inferred. तस्मात् सर्वभूतैः वैलक्षण्यम् अत्यन्तमेव परमेश्वरस्य सिद्धम्. So this is the characteristic which separates Parameshwara, which stands him out from this group of living beings. Siddham nirvisheshatvam ekatvam cha. He is not qualified by anything. He is not bound by any attributes, and he is all alone. There is only one. यहा एवं यथोक्तं परमेश्वरं पश्यति सः पश्यति. Now, there is an objection which Shankara refers to. He says, well, all of us see this. We all realize this. Now, why you are giving a special place to that jnani? Now, Shankara replies it very nicely. Yes, all of us see. But do we really see? Now, he is giving an example. A man of defective vision sees many moons. He looks at only one moon, but his vision is defective, so he sees many moons. विभक्त अनेक आत्म विपरीत दर्शिभ्यः विशिष्यते. यथा तिमिर दृष्टिः अनेकं चंद्रं पश्यति तम अपेक्ष एकचंद्रदर्शी विशिष्यते. One who sees many moons because of defective vision. Another person has got good vision. He sees only one moon. Who is superior? Who has actually seen the reality? So this is similar to that. We see Aneka Chandras, we see Aneka living beings, many living beings, as if they are separate from each other, when there is no separation, because all this is false images on a cinema screen, like that. So, Vibhakta Aneka Atma Viparita Darshibhya Vishishyate. He does not see anymore this kind of different. Itare Pashyantopi na Pashyanti Viparita Darshitvat Aneka Chandra Darshivati iti arthaha. Yes, others also see, but they don't see in reality because they still keep seeing many instead of one. So it is as simple as that. If you see many, you have not got Atmajna. If you see one, you have got Atmajna. That is why the Chandra moon example has been given by Adi Shankara. Samam Pashyan hi sarvatra samavasthitameshwaram nahinasthyatmanatmanam tato yati parangatim. Samam Pashyan hi sarvatra samavasthitam Ishwaram. That point is being explained further by Bhagavan. Sarvatra samavasthitam. He is present everywhere. There is no place where he is not present. Because if you assume there is a place where he is not present, then that place is outside of Parameshwara. Because we are saying Parameshwara is only one. There is nothing existing other than him. So, Sarvatra samavasthitam. He is present very much. Samavasthitam. Avasthitam itself means present. Samavasthitam means he is very well present in all places, sarvatra. Samam Pashyan, he is present all right, but I see a bigger Ishvara in one place. When I see a Jnani, I feel that he is a bigger Ishvara. When I see a fool, I say he is a lesser Ishvara. Yes, I see Ishvara, but I see a lesser Ishvara. Then I don't have Atma Jnana. Samam Pashyan, you have to look at all of them as equal manifestations of the same Ishvara. Equal, that is important. Because last time also he said Samam Sarve to both it. Now also he says Samam Pashyan Sarva. If you do that, nahi nasti atmana atmanam. That person does not destroy, nahi nasti, does not do any harm to his atma through the same atma, being through the mind process. Through the mind process, he does not cause any harm to his atma. What is the meaning of saying causing harm to the atma? Atma is beyond everything. How can anyone cause harm to the atma? It only means that he has not realized the Atma. Causing harm to the Atma in this context means that he has not understood what is Atma. So Atma is beyond his understanding. Where something is beyond the understanding, he calls it as causing harm. That is the expression Bhagavan is using. Atmana svenaiva svam atmanam tattah tat ahimsanat yati param prakrishtim gatim moksha upam. One who does not do that, one who does not cause any harm to the Atma, tato yati param gatim, he, after this tataha, after this process, once he has reached the goal, he reaches the supreme goal from where he never returns. So, now the question comes, why will anyone harm himself? This is the next question. No person in his senses will injure himself. So that is being explained by Shankara in a very nice way. What is that injury? Sarvo hi ajnaha atyanta prasiddham sakshat aparoksham atmanam tiraskritya. All ignorant people ignore what is directly present, what is in front of them, aparoksham. That Atma, they leave it aside. Anatmanam atmatvena parigrihya. Anatma they think is Atma. They consider Anatma as Atma. Tamapi dharma dharma kritva upattam atmanam sattva anyam atmanam upadatte navam. So, they repeatedly choose the anatma objects as Atma. In the process, they have forgotten Atma, which is equivalent to injuring the Atma, because Atma is waiting for your attention. So, injuring is paying no attention. That is the explanation given by Shankara. What is the injury? That was the question, isn't it? What is the harm? The harm is that he is waiting for your attention and you are not. A guest comes to your home, you don't even look at him. You do your own job. That is what we are all doing. Very nicely explains, because difficult to, like NSC is a difficult expression to explain. Now, how beautifully he explains this, you see. Upattam atmanam hatva anyam atmanam upadatte nagam. He considers a new object as atma, a body, a mind, a sense organ, an object outside of the body. All this is atma for him, which is not at all atma. Tam kaivam hatva anyam evam tamapi hatva anyam ityevam upattam atmanam hanti. Like this, he keeps on changing his view. Today, this is Atma. Tomorrow, somebody else is Atma. When we don't like a person, he is no longer Atma. When we like a person, he is Atma. He means what? He is a manifestation, proper manifestation of Atma. So we make such distinctions. So each time we are killing that Atma, whom we rejected today, each time we are harming that Atma. इति आत्मः सर्वः अज्ञः यस्तु परमार्थात्मं तथापि सर्वदा अविद्या हतः इव विद्यमानफलाभावात् इति सर्वे आत्मनः एव अविद्वांसः. Because they are all overcome by avidya and they are deprived of the fruit of their birth, they have killed their Atma. यस्तु इतरः यथोक्तात्मदर्शी सः उभयतः अपि आत्मानं न हिनस्ति न हन्ति. The perceiver of the Atma, on the other hand, he does not injure the self in any manner, the Atma in any manner. He does not destroy it, so he reaches the highest goal. There is a shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam which uses the same expression, same Atma, Atmaha. Nridehamadyam sugamam sudurlabham plavam sukalpam gurukarnadharam maya anugolena nabhasvateritam umam bhavabhyam nataret sa atmaha. He is the killer of Atma. Who has attained this very difficult to get human body. Hridehamadyam sugamam sudurlabham. Very useful, very difficult to get. Very useful. This is like a boat, plavam, sukalpam, very nicely built boat. This human body has been very nicely built for attaining the goal. Guru Karnadharam, and there is a guru available who is the captain of this boat, who leads you. Well, if you allow him to lead. Maya anukule nanabhasvateritam. And I am there, Bhagavan says this. And I am there to help you travel across the ocean of samsara in this boat by giving you pleasant wind. I am giving you pleasant wind it is a wind-driven boat. Nabhasvat maya anukule nanabhasvateritam pumam bhavabhyam nataret. If all these conditions are present, you have got a human body, very rare, very convenient, very well-built boat. And Guru is there to guide this boat. And I am there for watching you and giving you all help in terms of wind, etc. And if you don't cross this ocean of samsara, when all these favorable conditions are there, what to call you? I have to call you only Atmaha, a killer of Atma. Bhavabhyam na taret sa Atmaha. So the same expression has come here in same context. Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram vinashya swavinashyantam yat pasyati sapashyati samam pachyan hi sarvatra samavasthitam ishwaram na hinastyatmanatmanam tato yati parangatim prakrityaiva cha karmani kriyamanani sarvashah yat pasyati tathatmanam akartaram sapashyati. We have seen this karta and akarta context in chapter 3. Now that is being briefly referred to here. So that is also a very helpful attitude. We always think we are the doer, we accomplish something. So this doer and non-doer, Akarta and Karta. That distinction, if we always keep in mind, that will help us. Then who is the doer? Ishvara does nothing. That we have to understand. He is not associated with any action. That is why he is Akarta. Then who is the Karta? Karta is Prakriti, Maya. Prakrityaiva chakarmani kriyamanani sarvashaha. Sarvashaha, in all ways. There is no exclusion to this rule. You cannot say this particular action is attributable to Ishvara. No. All actions, in all respects, karmani, kriyamanani, whatever actions are being done, all karmas, all actions which are being carried out by human beings or by other beings. They are all being done by whom? Prakrityaiva, only by Maya. Don't think you are doing something. It is Prakriti who is doing it. Yah pashyati tatha atmanam akartaram tapashyati. And if you see that Atma is akarta, a non-doer, he does not do anything. It is the Maya Shakti which is present in my body, which has been doing, and I am assuming that I am the doer because I am associating myself with that Maya, whereas I am Atma and I am not doing anything. You have to come to that conclusion that you are not doing anything because you are Atma, and Atma is a non-doer. If you see that way, you are the real seer. Yah pashyati saha pashyati tatha atmanam akartaram. He is quoting from Shvetashvatara Upanishad, which we have seen before. Mayam tu prakritim vidyad, mayanam tu maheshwaram. Prakriti is pure Maya, pure false. Who is the real? Mayanam tu maheshwaram, one who holds the Maya under his control. That Ishvara is the reality. So he is quoting from there. So all the activities, when you say activities in your individual scale as well as in the universe scale, Mahadadi Karya Karanakara Parinataya Karmani. When Srishti started, when creation started, it started with Mahat, Ahankara, etc. All these tattvas. There is a samashti, there is a universal being. That universal being, Hiranyagarbha, he was created first. Then the creation started. So all that, right from that particular point, when it was in a samashti state, that also is Maya. Don't think that is the real. Nothing is real. Vangmanakaya arabhyani kriyamani nirvartyamani sarvasha. Whatever you are doing today, with your speech, with your mind, with your body, all that, all this is by Prakriti or Maya. And who are you? You are Kshetrajna Akartaram Sarvopadi Vivargitam. Saha Paramarthadarshi. He is the one who has seen the Paramatma, the supreme goal. यदा भूतपृथग्भावम् एकस्थमनुपश्यति तत एव च विस्तारम् ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तदा भूतपृथग्भावम्. All living beings are different one from the other. Even human beings. It's a great miracle, mystery, how so many crores of human beings exist on this earth, have existed previously, will exist tomorrow also. And no one face is same as another person's. That is how we are able to identify persons. Is it not a miracle? Can we produce anything in a factory like that, which is having so many differences? With the same eye, same ear, same nose, same mouth, same forehead, but they are all appearing different. That is Pruthak Bhav. So this separateness among living beings, there, a lion is different from an elephant is different from a hare, and so on. So there is a multiplicity which is separating one from the other. Now, all this I have negated. All this difference I have negated. Yada ekastham anupashyati. I see only one, ekastham. Because inside, behind all this veil, all this curtain, there is a real being. This is only a curtain, an outside appearance. Once I am able to remove that veil, I see the reality behind the veil. That is ekastham. Anupashyati. He does not say pashyati, he says anupashyati, because we are all carried away by Maya. It's very difficult to stick to the truth. So anupashyati is sticking to the truth. You keep seeing again and again. There is no change in your attitude. Today I saw ekastham. Tomorrow I see anekastham. That is of no use. Always, continuously, you see ekastham. Only one reality present. When that happens, yada, when that happens, tada, at that point of time, tatayeva vistaram brahma sampadyate tada, then you will understand tatayeva, that from that one person whom you are now seeing, from that person only, vistaram brahma sampadyate. Vistaram. Tathayeva cha vistaram. All this huge manifestation, the huge universe, groups of universes, groups of galaxies, all this is vistara only, isn't it? All this hugeness of this creation has come only from one source, and I have seen that person. Ekastham, I have seen. Once you have reached that stage, tada brahma sampadyate. At that point, you have acquired Brahman. Sampadyate means acquisition. What is acquisition? There's nothing to be acquired. You are Brahman yourself. This acquisition is a term used for understanding of a common man. If you don't have 10 rupees today, tomorrow somebody gives you 10 rupees, you have acquired 10 rupees. That is our understanding at our level. But if you are rich yourself, you are already holding 10 rupees, but you never knew that you were holding the 10 rupees. You have not really acquired anything. Vedanta gives an example of a necklace in the neck. A person was, this is given by Vedanta. A person was searching for a necklace, and when all along the necklace was on his neck, he forgot it. And then he was searching all over the place. We all do it. So this is something like that. That is why we call it acquisition when it is no longer an acquisition. This sampadyate is in that sense. Brahma sampadyate brahmaiva bhavati. He becomes Brahma. Shankara explains. Though it is called sampadyate by common understanding, he becomes Brahman. Tada tasmin kale, at that point of time. शास्त्राचार्योपदेशम् आत्मानं प्रत्यक्षत्वेन पश्यति आत्मैव इदं सर्वम् इति. Now he is explaining what is that pashyati, anupashyati. He has nothing between him and Atma. He directly has a vision. Atmaiva idam sarvam. Everything is Atma. He is quoting from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Everything is Atma. There is nothing other than Atma. From that Atma only, all this whatever false appearance which I am seeing, the huge vistaram, all that, he is quoting from Chandogya Upanishad. Atmata prana, atmata asha, atmata smara, atmata akasha, atmata steja, atmata apa, atmata avirbhava, tirobhava, atmatonnam. From Chandogya Upanishad. All this prana, all this expectation, desire, all this memory, all this space around me, all this brilliance from Chandra, Surya, all this water which I am seeing around me, all this food which I am eating every now and then, all this appearance, somebody is born, somebody is dying, all these appearances, everything is Atma only. All these objects are not real. इत्येवमादि प्रकारैः विस्तारैः यदा पश्यति, like this, all these appearances, huge appearances, vistarai. Then, if you have seen that falsity, then you have seen the reality naturally. Chandogya Upanishad also says, न पश्यो मृत्युं पश्यति न रोगं नो तदुःखतां सर्वगं पश्यति सर्वमाप्नोति सर्वशः. He does not see death. He does not see pain. He does not see disease. He does not see anything of this category. He sees everything as Atma, Sarvashaha, in all ways. Now, I have picked up a Subhashita as well as a Niti Shatakam in this context. Subhashita is Manasa Vacha Drishya Grishyate Anyairapi Indriyaihi Ahamev Namattonyat Iti Buddhyadhamanjasa. This is in fact from Srimad Bhagavatam only, which the Subhashita Akar has picked up. Grishyate Anyairapi Indriyaihi, through mind, through speech, through vision, and through other organs like ears, etc. Whatever is coming to me, whatever I am grasping, is only myself. I am not getting anything different from me from all these sources. Ahameva namattaha anyatu iti. Buddhyadvam anjasa. Do this fast. Do this instantly. Anjasa. Do this instantly. Whenever you see something, immediately. Whenever you hear something, immediately. Whenever you taste something, immediately. I am tasting Atma. I am hearing Atma. I am seeing Atma. I am not seeing what my eye is telling me that I am seeing. This is the point he is making very nicely. Now, let me go to the Niti Shataka. Udanvachannabhu sacha nidirapam yojana satam sadapam tapusha gagana parimanam kalayati iti prayo bhavaha suradavati mudra mukulitaha satam pragnonmeshaha punarayam vijayate. He is talking about limitations. The ocean has got an unlimited sheet of water. Yojana Shatam Apam Nidhi, extending over hundreds of yojanas, only water. But that also has a limit. Otherwise, Earth will not exist. We cannot exist because ocean is living within its limits. Sadapanta Pusha Gagana Parimanam Kalayati. Similarly, Chandra goes all over the sky, always. Gagana Parimanam Kalayati. But he goes within certain limits. Does he ever come down to our level, earth level? No. He is sticking to where he is, though he appears to occupy the entire sky. Iti prayo bhavaha spradavadi mudra mukulitaha. This kind of appearances, they appear this avadhi mudraha with limitations. There is an impression of limitation. Ocean has got a limitation of the shore. Chandra has got a limitation of the sky, though it is vast. Similarly, ocean is also vast. So, but they are operating within that limitation. Satam pragnonmeshaha punarayam asima vidayate. But when it comes to prajna, when it comes to the real knower, when it comes to the real knowledgeable person, asima vidayate. His knowledge has no limitation. Satam prajna unmeshaha. Once he gets that knowledge, unmesha is opening of the eye, the opening of the eye of knowledge. Once he goes through that experience, then what happens? He is limitless. He has gone beyond the ocean. He has gone beyond Chandra. His idea is limitless because he has seen Atma. The Atma is limitless, unlimited. So this point nicely Bhartrihari is making here. What we have seen just now, same thing in a different format. यदा भूतपृथग्भावमेकस्थमनुपश्यति तत एव च विस्तारं ब्रह्म पद्यते तदा अनादित्वान् निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मायमव्ययः शरीरस्थोऽपि कौन्तेय न कर्ति न लिप्यते. Now, the question comes, Atma appears to be a doer, isn't it? There's an appearance. Okay, now you are saying he is not a doer. Okay, I understand that. But whenever there is an appearance, there is also a certain contact, a certain sticking, lipyate. Lepa is something which you apply on the skin. It sticks to the skin. Similarly, all these actions are appearing to stick to Paramatma. All actions, whether it is the body or whether it is on the universal scale, creation, etc., etc., whatever we have seen so far, all that appears to stick to him. That appear, maybe he is not doing, he is not attached, but there is an attachment appearance. So that appearance is also wrong. So that point he is making clear. How it is wrong? Anaditvat nirgunatvat paramatma ayam avyayaha ayam paramatma. This paramatma avyayaha, he does not change. That is very important. There is no change in him. There is no reduction or increase in him. Because whenever you get attached to something, when you get stuck to something, your position is increasing, isn't it? And when that object is detached, your position has decreased. This is obvious. I have 100 rupees in my pocket, so my position has increased. I have lost the 100 rupees, my position has decreased because I have attachment. Now, Paramatma is not doing anything, nor does he have any attachment. So if he were to have attachment, he should have been increasing and decreasing. But Veda says there is no change in him. Anaditvat, he never had a beginning. Because everything which has an attachment will have a beginning. You cannot say I got attached without beginning. No. Because all attachment has a beginning. So anaditvat, nirgunatvat is the most important. He is beyond sattva, rajas, tama, guna. He is beyond the gunas, sattva, rajas, and tamas. So if he is not having any gunas, how can he appear to have any attachment to the actions which are attributed to him? All actions are driven by gunas, mind you. All actions, without exception. So if he is not having any gunas, you cannot say he is attached to. These are the logistical reasons, logical reasons why you should not think that he has any attachment. Sharirasthopi kavanteya. Now the last point. He is living in the body. That is the biggest problem. Atma is living, present in the body. So how can he not be attached to the body? Something is present in the body, something is activating the body. You are saying he is not doing anything. So for that you have to understand that he has no beginning, whereas body has got a beginning. He has no gunas, whereas body has got gunas, constant gunas. Body keeps changing, whereas he never has any change. So you should argue this way to yourself and assume that he appears to be present in the body, but body is not he. Sarirastho pigaunteya na karoti na lipyate. He does not do anything and nothing attaches to him. That is the point, new point which he is making here. Tat akaranateva tat phalena na lipyate. Why he is not attached? When he is not doing anything, how can he attach himself to the fruit? You attach yourself to the fruit because you assume that you are the doer. When he is not the doer, no fruit attaches to him, no action attaches to him. Yo hi karta taha karma phalena lipyate. I am to akarta taha na phalena lipyate. One who does will get attached to the fruit. When he is a non-doer, when he is akarta, there is no question of attachment. Now, the question may come, if he is not doing anything, if he is not attached to anything, what is he doing in the body? He is activating the body without doing anything. By his very presence, by his very presence, When a saint comes, when he appears, he doesn't do anything. But all of us stand up, pay prostration, etc., pay respects, isn't it? We offer, make offering. What has he done? He has only made his appearance. He is not doing anything. Similarly, when Paramatma makes his appearance in the body thinks that he is acting. Whereas body is acting because of the power inherently given to the body through Paramatma. सर्वथा दुर्विज्ञेयं दुर्वाच्यं च इति भगवत्प्रोक्तम् औपनिषदं दर्शनं परित्यक्तं वैशेषिकैः सांख्यार्हतबौद्धैश्च. Now, Shankara goes to other philosophers like Vaisheshikas, Sankhyas, Arhatas, Bauddhas. Arhata means gains, Bauddhas, all of them, they get stuck at this point because they think that Ishvara is a doer, whereas Ishvara is himself getting attached to. That is their thinking. So all that is wrong. Sarvatha durvijneyam durvachyam iti bhagavat proktam aupanishadam darshanam. Upanishad says this. Bhagavan says it. Then these people don't realize it because he is beyond all this knowledge, empirical knowledge, and he cannot be described in words. Sarvatha durvijneyam durvachyam. This has been said many times, but these people don't want to realize. So he is making that point here. One more point he makes here is then what is operating? We have said Prakriti operates. That is for that point now Sankara emphasizes because na karoti na lipyate. He wants to make it clear that it is Prakriti and Purusha has nothing to do with this. That is why Shankara is extending the theory further. One who is a jnani need not do anything. Shastra says this clearly. Our Acharya does so many things for our welfare. Now, he can go to a cave and be engaged in dhyana. In fact, that is what is expected of a Paramahamsa Parivrajaka. Shankara says this, Etasmin Paramartha Sankhya Darshane Sthitanam Jnana Nishthanam Paramahamsa Parivrajaganam Tiraskrita Avidya Vyavaharanam. They have left behind all the activities actuated by avidya. They are stabilized in jnana. For them, karmadhikaro nasti. They have no bondage with karma. There is no requirement that they should do karma. It is for us. We have to do karma to get out of the avidya. Otherwise, we also don't have to get out of avidya, to attain vidya, some karma is to be done. It may be a mental dhyana, like Bhagavan mentioned earlier, jnana yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, etc. So all this has to be done by us in order to get out of this trap. Whereas he has gone out of the trap, so he doesn't have to do anything. Though he is living in the same body, that point is being made in this context by Shankara. यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् आकाशं नोपलिप्यते सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते. Now he is giving an example. This lipyate point he is taking further. Something which gets stuck, which gets attached. Now he is giving the example of space. Space is present everywhere. Space is present everywhere. But can you say that it gets attached to a particular place? Space is attached to only this room. It is not attached to any other room. Can I say that? Space is attached only to USA. It is not attached to India. Can anyone say that? It is present everywhere. So similarly, yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat, sukshma, very subtle. Space is subtle. It goes everywhere. You cannot stop space from traveling everywhere. That is the characteristic given to space by Prakriti. All these Panchabhutas have been given their power by Prakriti, by Maya. So what is the power given to Akasha, space? It can go anywhere because it is very subtle. Yatha sarvagatam, so sarvagatam, going everywhere. Saukshmyat, very subtle. Akasham no palipyate. Because it goes everywhere, it doesn't get attached to anything. That is obvious. Sarvatra avasthito dehe tathatmano palipyate. In the same manner, Atma is not attached to the body because he is present in all bodies everywhere. In fact, he is present everywhere, like space. But even if you understand that he is present in all bodies, even then, how can he get attached to your body only? He is present everywhere. Sarvatra avasthito dehe tathatmano palipyate. अनोदित्वान् निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मायम् अव्ययः शरीरस्थोऽपि कौन्तेय न करोति न लिप्यते यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् आकाशं नोपलिप्यते सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे तथात्मानोपलिप्यते यथा प्रकाशयत्येकः कृत्स्नं लोकमिमं रविः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृत्स्नं प्रकाशयति भारत. हे भारत, you understand this. Let us go to Surya now, another example. Ravihi. Yatha prakashayati ekaha ravihi imam krishnam lokam. Imam krishnam lokam. All these worlds, with no exception. There is only one Surya, ekaha ravihi. One Surya gives light, lights up all these worlds, entire worlds. He is able to light up. Yatha prakashayati. He brings prakasha. Similarly, तथा क्षेत्रम क्षेत्री तथा कृष्णम प्रकाशयति भारत. Similarly, क्षेत्री कृष्णम क्षेत्रम प्रकाशयति. रविः कृष्णम लोकम प्रकाशयति. Surya lights up all the world. Similarly, क्षेत्री, that is Bhagavan, Paramatma, Krishnam Kshetram Prakashayati, all the Kshetras, whether it is a Kshetra of an ant, whether it is a Kshetra of a Chaturmukha Brahma, whether it is Kshetra of a human being, all are Kshetras only, all are bodies. Now all these bodies are lighted up. Lighted up means what? Just as in sunlight we are able to do so much, isn't it? It is sunlight which makes us work. If there is no sun, we cannot do anything. Similarly, the Kshetrajna makes us do things, though he is not doing anything. Does Surya do anything other than lighting up? Lighting up is his nature. He is not doing any action. He is not getting attached. No lipyate. He is not getting attached to the earth. If the earth is not there, he will still light up. Similarly, Kshetrajna. क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृष्णं प्रकाशयति भारत. क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञयोरेवम् अन्तरं ज्ञानचक्षुषा भूतप्रकृतिमोक्षं च ये विदुर्यान्ति ते परम्. Now he is closing this chapter by giving the final instruction of the necessity to understand the distinction between Kshetra and Kshetrajna, because that is the subject we started with. Evam, in this manner, Kshetra Kshetrajnayoho antaram, the distinction between Kshetra and Kshetrajna. Ye viduhu, those who know this distinction, how they know? Jnana chakshusha. You have to use your jnana, the eye of jnana, not the eye of flesh. That, in fact, detracts you from this path. The eye, which is present in our face, detracts us from this path. Use the eye of jnana, jnana chakshusha, because he is using pashyati everywhere, seeing. Seeing is an act of the eye. So now leave aside this eye, go to the eye of jnana and see with that eye what is to be seen? The distinction between kshetra and kshetrajna. If you do that, bhuta prakriti moksham cha te param yanti. They, those people, ye viduhu, they, those people who see this way, bhuta prakriti moksham yanti, they get released from the state of a bhuta, a living being, prakriti, not only from your present state, mind you, this is the point. Prakriti moksham, you will never come back. You will not become another deva, another brahma, another ant. All prakriti, all creation will be outside you. Bhuta prakriti moksham cha. Bhutanam prakriti avidya lakshana avyaktakhya. What is the prakriti of all the living beings? What is common to all the living beings? Is avidya, isn't it? Otherwise, it will no longer remain a bhuta. Why we are human beings? Because we are constrained by avidya. The moment we get rid of avidya, we will no longer be human beings. We will become parabrahman. So, what is the constraint? Avidya, so, which is common to all. So, that is what he is saying. From that, you will get released. Bhuta prakriti moksham. Bhutanam prakriti avidya lakshana avyaktaksha. Whatever you call avyakta, maya, whatever you call it. From that, you will get released. ज्ञान चक्षुषा शास्त्राचार्य प्रसाद उपदेश जनितम आत्म प्रत्ययिकम ज्ञानम चक्षुषु. What is the eye of knowledge? What Shastra has taught you? What Acharya has taught you in his grace? Acharya prasad upadesha janitam. In his grace, in his compassion, he has taught you this jnana. So because of that, you have got this Atma Jnana, Atma Pratyayakam Jnanam, to understand that this is Atma, that is not Atma. That Jnana Chakshu, he, Acharya gave you. Just as Sanjaya was given by Vyasa a Chakshu, an eye, for seeing all that is happening on the battlefield. That was given out of compassion by Vyasa. Similarly, Bhagavan himself gave a special vision to Arjuna for seeing the Vishwarupa. So, like this, for certain purposes, you need a special vision. So, what is the special vision here? Jnana. So, that will give you the vision to see Atma. So, if you do that, you will get release from avidya, which is the cause of all the living beings, and param yanti, you will reach the supreme, from which there is no return. So, like this, in a very auspicious manner, Bhagavan concludes this chapter, because the final goal is moksha, non-return to samsara, isn't it? But for that, please understand that you are kshetrajna, you are not kshetra. So that is the difference which he is now emphasizing. यथा प्रकाशयत्येकः कृत्स्नं लोकमिमं रविः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृत्स्नं प्रकाशयति भारत क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञयोरेवमन्तरं ज्ञानचक्षुषा भूतप्रकृतिमोक्षं च ये विदुर्यान्ति ते परम्. इति श्रीमहाभारते शतसाहस्र्यां संहितायां वैयासिक्यां भीष्मपर्वणि श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे क्षेत्रक्षेत्रज्ञविभागयोगो नाम त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः. So this is the conclusion of the chapter on Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Vibhaga. Next week we will go to a new chapter, chapter 14, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. So for the present, we close for today. Any questions?
Those who have questions, please unmute yourselves, turn on your video and ask questions. Any questions, anybody? Any questions? No questions.
No questions. Okay. So we close for the day. We meet again at 7:30 p.m. IST next Saturday. And we continue with chapter 14. Namah Parvati Pataye Har Har Mahadeva Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtanam Govinda Govinda Sri Rajarajeshwarye Jaya Jaya.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Guruji.